Going on, guys? Saturday night, nothing like making a little video showing you what's sold for the last day and a half, talking to you some more about some conversations that I've had with eBay. I had one today earlier that I did a video on, and I had a few other items that I had to call into eBay about whether or not I could get listed. I'm going to share with you what I learned, and let's see, let's start with this. So this was an item that I picked up at the thrift store earlier this week, AWGE trucker hat. I had no idea what it was. I did see some listings that seemed unusually high for what this is. So what this is as a rapper who is with Rihanna right now, ASAP Rocky, I think. Forgive me if I'm butchering, if that's not how he goes, but this is his line. Now here's the problem. Here's the tag. I did a short on this yesterday. I was hoping somebody out there might know whether this was authentic or whether it was a replica. It feels nice. It feels, I don't know, it feels like it's good, high quality. But like, if I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was authentic, this would probably go for $50 to $80. And so I listed it locally, and I already had one person respond, but he wanted to do like a barter, and he didn't have anything that I was interested in. I would have, if he had something that I was interested in that I knew was authentic that I could sell. But I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know if it's allergies. It's not really my allergy season, but I feel a little something. Because I've had some Veros and some counterfeit crap lately, well, not like last month, and I kind of want to get those off my record before I list anything that's kind of like speculative or I'm on the fence on. I just want to walk the straight and narrow for right now with my accounts, and just kind of, so here's the back. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, hopefully if it is authentic, it'll still be desirable 6 months from now when I decide, if I don't sell it locally, like I've got it listed on a couple local sites. Another thing that I was a little on the fence was this patch. So today what got me out of the house this morning was a marketplace deal where I basically bought about 175 automobile patches, and for $175. And this was in there, like they were all mostly automobile stuff, but then this was in there, and this is, from what I can tell, this is a patch from the Army. I think it was the Army. I think it was Vietnam, I'm not sure. A detachment, hell on wheels, military, some sort. So I wasn't sure. I know that certain military things you can't sell, but I called in about that and the other thing I'm going to show you. Now, this is kind of the same thing as that. I don't know if it's authentic. I mean, it most likely is. Basically, the agent planted a seed in my head that got me paranoid about listing it. He's like, yeah, you can list it. And he's like, if you know that it's, authentic, or if you're unsure, and just, again, same thing. I'm going to shelve this for now. And I'll probably circle back around to this, in the future. Like, I have so much stuff to list. I'm okay to hold on to a few things that I'm a little on the fence until my accounts kind of get in the clear. So, but you can list it. In fact, apparently it's a huge category on eBay. There's lots of sales in there, the agent said. Now for the next item, it's something that I bought at an estate sale a couple of weeks ago. I showed you guys it then. Let me back up so you can see it. It's this. Now, I had no idea what this was. It was in a frame, and the frame was garbage. And so I took it out because I figured if I'm going to sell it on eBay, it'll be easier to ship unframed. All right, this is the best of my research. This is what I can determine this is. So this image, when I put it into Google search, it came up with an artist, John R. Neal. And apparently this is called The Romancer. And it was done in like 1923 or 1928. I can't remember right now. Now, this is not it, because this one was done by someone else in 1984. So as best as I can tell, this was just a fan of this particular original piece. And to me, like if you tilt it a certain way, you can kind of see this looks like it was done in like a marker, like a felt or a thick pen of some sort. It's really nicely done. In fact, it has an extreme likeness to the original. And I think the reason why he wrote The Romancer on here and he signed it twice was just to, show that this is not the original. I don't know, to be honest with you. So my question was to eBay, can you sell an original piece that is homaging or paying tribute or inspired by another piece that is very similar? The answer is yes. Now, the first person I spoke with, he was doing that eBay speak, what I call not really giving you an answer, but giving you an answer, but not giving you an answer. Like he was like, you could list it and you might be okay, but our whatever department, trust and legal whatever department might take it down. And I was like, well, if it's taken down, am I going to get a Vero for it? Am I going to get a defect on my account for it? And he's like, and he did he say no? I can't remember what he said. So my response to his eBay speak was, maybe you could connect me to that department and we can just skip all of this hypothetical hyperbole. So he did that. And luckily that department was open at 6 o'clock on a Saturday night. And as long as I list it in art category under drawing. Now, as always, and this is what I recommend to everybody who is ever on this phone with eBay discussing an important matter that could have an implication for your account, get the reference number. Say, at the end of the call, take notes during your call of everything that they say that is important to why you called in, and say, can I get the reference number for this call? And if you had not wrote the representative's name down, use that as a moment to ask them for their name there too. So you'll have the reference number and their name. And if I list this and I do exactly, list it, I can say the title of the original piece inspired by the name of the original author, but it's I'm going to say it's fan. I think I'm going to say it's fan art. My wife gave me that idea and I think it's good. And then the date of the drawing to show that it's different from the date of the original. So I'm not trying to sell this as the original piece. I'm not trying to sell a counterfeit or whatever. So I thought that was kind of cool. And when you look at the drawing, when you look at the original and you look at this, it's actually quite impressive how close they are. So I'm thinking that there will be someone out there who will want to buy this. Now it does have, so it was in like an, the frame that it was in, it had like an oval piece of glass. So there is some fading. So I would recommend, and I'll say this in the listing, that you'll want to get an oval. Maybe you might want, maybe not. Maybe they think it'll add character to it. But anyhow, enough about that. Let's get to what sold. It was okay. It was not amazing. And had I not had this one sale, it would have been miserable. I did sell something local. It was a Tales from the Crypt kids costume. I was out this morning, but my wife was home, and my wife was the one who handled the deal, and she said that the guy was basically like a cosplay guy, and he really only wanted the mask, the Crypt Keeper's mask. Sold it for 25 bucks. Picked it up earlier in the year around Halloween for like $3 or $4 at a thrift store. Thought it would sell for more. You know what? One of the reasons why I decided to take the offer local is because it would have been over £1, and it just, you know, things over £1 are, you know, unless it's a bigger dollar, like it's hard to sell something for 25, 30 bucks and expect somebody to pay, you know, $13, $14 in shipping and handling. It's just, it's not feasible. It's going to get worse. So yeah, it's not that I'm going to phase out all my stuff over £1, but I'm going to definitely be more selective. And then I sold, what else did I sell? Oh, I sold a Vancouver Whitecaps scarf that yesterday that I got in the mail. It was after a video that I did, and it just came in, and I was already going to the post office, and I'm like, I'm just going to get this in the mail. So that sold for $26. I picked that up for like $3 at the thrift store as well. It was really nice, actually. This trade paperback, Shutter Island, this sold for 10 bucks. Not a great sale. I bought this at like a comic store, like a Black Friday sale. I don't remember what I paid for this, but I mean, I don't really pay more than a couple dollars for trades or anything like that. I think I thought it would do better than it did. Sometimes you're wrong. Another magazine I paid $1 for, Comic Book Collector. This sold for $7.50. It was a pretty lowball offer. It was basically the first sale of the day, and it was in the afternoon, so nothing had sold in the morning. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can get him to add to his order and buy some other things. Sometimes you just gotta accept these lower offers. It's not something that I like, but I did counter a couple offers. Let me tell you what happened. So I sold this lot, World of Warcraft 1 to 5. It's a set. It's from 2011, Curse of the Worgen. I'm not familiar with this franchise. I mean, I know what it is. I'm just not familiar. These are really cool covers. Now, I graded these very high, like these, and I'm a conservative grader. And so I remember I had bought a small collection of like 5 or 6 short boxes. And, you know, when you're looking at collections that you want to buy, you know, you normally take a look at the collection and you single out a few things of value, and then you kind of, just to get an idea of what you want to offer, and then you make that offer, and then you come home, and then you're looking through and you're like, oh, I didn't see that. And then, or you're like, oh, what is this? So you pull it out and you look at it like, oh, I didn't know that was worth that much. And that was the case with this. This was a surprise. I had this listed for really, really an insane high number. It was like $300. I don't even know why I had that number, because there's not a lot of comps out there. And it's been listed for, you know, maybe 6 months. So whatever comps I was looking at then, they've gone and they've disappeared. And so I got an offer for $100, and I was like, these are really high grade. Like I have these graded like almost flawless. 9.6 to 9.8 is the range I give for all of the issues. So I'm like, I countered at 150, and then the offer expired. That's the reigning theme of offers right now. I've heard a number of resellers talk about how they are constantly losing sales when they counter because the buyers are just either letting it expire or just flat out declining. But that's not going to stop me from countering when it makes sense. So it expired, and I was thinking to myself, I'll do 125. That's my bottom line. So I message him back, or I message him, and I'm like, hey, if you want those books, I'll do 125. Anything less than that, I'm doing myself a disservice. Yeah, I was very honest. It's true. Like, if I held on to these, or maybe if I would get them graded, like if times were better and more sales were coming in, this would have been a nice option to maybe potentially send these books in and get them all graded, because they're so high grade. If they all came back in that price range, oh man, that would have been really nice. But I messaged him. I said what I just said, and he's like, sounds good. And so he made the offer. Well, he tried to make the offer, and then he's like there's so many glitches right now. Like, he's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, but it's not letting me make an offer. Like, he had already made an offer, and then it expired, and I don't see any reason why he can't make another offer. So I'm like, I delete the listing, relist it, send him the link, and then he's able to do it. But like, I'm getting so many glitches when I'm trying to like send invoices to people. There's one, the Shutter Island one, I just keep getting glitches every single time I try to send the invoice. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But $125 later, that is sold. That will be shipping out. Spawn, Batman, lots of comics today. Like, this sold for, so this is up for 15. This is a really, really high grade copy as well. I got an offer for 10. I countered at 12.5. I'm like, you know what? I don't like giving away the highest graded books that I have. I don't like there was a time where I would rarely accept an offer on anything I have graded at 9.6, 9.8, because I do a slow incremental price decrease of my items the longer they're in my store. So eventually it's going to sell, but in light of, again, it's like I keep saying the same thing. So all right, let's move on. So these next 3 sales, very, very strange. And I think I showed you guys the one already. I think. I can't remember. It's keychain. I bought 30 of these. They're different kinds. This one's Monte Carlo. There's different car makes. They're from the 70s. They're leather. On Craigslist, I bought 30 of them for $1 each. And I'm like, you know what? I think these things will sell. I'm like, they're kind of cool. They're vintage. Yeah. So anyhow, so I got an offer so the first one I sold I just listed these this week, like a couple days ago. I believe the next day after, I got an offer for 11 for this one. So I took it, I'm like, actually, no, I'm not. It wasn't even 30. I think it was 25. I think I got them for less than $1. Today, I got an offer. So that one sold for 11. This one, the Cordoba, sold for 7. And, it's basically, it's, I even make a little bit of money on the shipping. Like I charge $3.97 on small items. So it's like $11 all in on these. So this one sold for 7. 2 hours after that one sold, this one sold, Honda, for $16. So I'm already in the money on these. and I've got 27 left. Like, yeah. So, and the lady that I bought these from, she has more. And so it's funny because, and I don't know what she's thinking. I paid $1 each for these, and then she sends me the pictures of, I think it's like 30 or 40 more that she had. And then she wants $3 a piece. And I'm like, why would I suddenly pay $3 in my mind? I'm like, why would I suddenly pay $3 each when I just paid $1 each for the same basic merchandise? So I'm probably going to sit on it another week and a half, and then I might do a little better than one each. Maybe I'll do 2, but I'm not going to pay a lot for them, but unless I end up selling a bunch more this week. Like, I've already sold 3 in a couple days. So sometimes you just have a gut feeling about things. Like, I remember driving there to buy them, and I'm like, are these a good buy? You know, because sometimes you have an initial thought, and then you kind of second guess yourself. So this is why I always say trust your instincts. I did a whole video, not a whole video, but a video where that was the title, and it's so true. It's so true in reselling. The last thing that I sold was this party light candle. It's actually really cool. This sold for $40. Now, I paid $3 for it. I had sold one before. I was at a garage sale last summer, and these people were just giving stuff away. It was like criminal stuff I bought. I bought all this, what was that network market? I bought all this Pampered Chef stuff there. And then there was another like one of those network marketing companies, which can be gold sometimes, but also can be trouble, can be zero trouble as well. You gotta be careful. Can't remember what the other one was, but why did I bring that up? Did I buy the other one of these there? No. Oh yeah. I bought one there. I bought this one in a thrift store. That's why I was confused where I was going with the story. So when I saw this at the thrift store a couple weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And that's what the cool thing about reselling is. You build this catalog of things that you know what they will sell for. So other than that, and I did hit a few garage sales today when I was out buying the patches. The results of that haul will be in tomorrow. So whatever sells today, tomorrow I will unless I have a big sell tonight and then through the day, I'll probably just combine my garage sale haul. And I did get some kind of cool stuff. I went to 4 garage sales. One was garbage. Well, one was just really, really bad, so I didn't buy anything. And then the other 2 I didn't buy anything. And then the one I ended up spending $25, but getting quite a bit of stuff for that. Got some cool old vintage Christmas stuff. I'll show that. And I'm going out thrifting a little bit tomorrow, and I have a good local sale tomorrow as well with a 16-book lot of manga for $80. So we'll see if that comes through, because some people do ghost once in a while. So anyhow, have a good night, have a good Saturday, have a good Sunday, and we'll talk to you soon.